Pixelkin.
Hi everybody, welcome to the second episode of Anna's Apps. I'm Nicole Tanner, and my preschooler named Anna loves to play on my iPad. So every couple of weeks we've put together a video that features a couple apps that are possibly educational but definitely fun and things that my daughter loves. This week we'll be featuring Bugs and Buttons and Bugs and Buttons 2 by Little Bit Studio. Alright, so let's take a look at Bugs and Buttons. Now, one of the things that is super great about these games is the number of games that come into them. So you've got 18 mini games in each of these apps. And if you hit start, which is down here, it'll just start giving you games one by one at random. And if you hit explore, which we're going to do here, it brings up a menu where you can pick any game that you want. So, like I said, some of the games are educational, some are not. Bees Eye here is one of the ones that's not, really. And as I play it here, you'll notice it's very similar to Angry Birds. So you're just throwing the bees at the flower. And eventually the flower target starts to move, just making things a little bit more challenging. All right, so that's that one. Not really educational, but pretty fun. So let's find one that is somewhat educational. So in this one, you're counting the bugs. So if your kid doesn't really know how to count, you can click on the bugs one by one.
1, 2.
And then you hit the number over here. However, if your child does know how to count, you can just take a look at the number of bugs on the screen and hit the appropriate number. And this is completely randomized. You'll get different numbers of bugs showing up at different times every time you play.
3.
So we'll do one more here.
2.
And you'll notice the numbers are changed up on the side here too. So it ups the difficulty as you go along. Now, if you do really well at the games, you can earn stamps. As you can see here, my daughter has earned 2 stamps at Ketchum. And your stamps are saved here in your stamp book. And the stamps in this one are basically just different types of bugs that you can look at. And Anna has earned 12 of 48, so that's pretty cool too. All right, so we'll just show you one more game from the first one. Oh, Bug Maze. Anna loves Bug Maze. So you've got a bug here. You need to put him through the maze and get to the flower at the end. There's also a rocket ship in each maze, and the rocket ship is optional technically, but if my daughter's involved, the rocket ship is mandatory. You have to have the rocket ship. So once your bug picks up the rocket ship, then he goes really, really fast through the maze. And Anna thinks that that is hilarious.
I got it.
All right, so it keeps giving you mazes with different bugs and different backgrounds. So that's that one. So that's Bugs and Buttons 1. So let's move on to Bugs and Buttons 2. So here's Bugs and Buttons 2. Like the first one, it has 18 mini games that your kids can play. You can click on Start right here, and it'll start feeding you games randomly one by one, or you can click on Explore to get to the menu. And Bugs and Buttons 2, similar to Bugs and Buttons 1, has a little stamp book, but there's an extra little touch to it, which I'm going to show you right now.
Oh, hey there. Welcome to the best Bugs app ever. I'm the cool bug in this place. My mom calls me Mortimer, but you can call me Morty. This here is where you collect stamps for being awesome and playing great. Hey Nathan, hey Noah. Hey there Connor, Haley, and Maddie. Hey Frankie, hey Thurston. You can find me throughout the games. If you do, tap on me and you'll earn a special reward that shows up here. Okay, kid, have fun. I'll see you around.
So Morty finds his way into pretty much all of the games, and you can tell by the Polaroids down here that Morty really gets around. He travels all around the world, so the stamps that you get from him when you find him are basically different places in the world. So let's play a game and see if we can find Morty. So here's button repair. This one is slightly educational because you're matching shapes together to form the buttons. The little hand is telling us what to do, and then we get to do it ourselves.
Good job.
And sometimes it tries to trick you out and give you another bug that's not Morty. They just fly by just for no reason at all, just to make things fun.
Way to go.
Cat, you're it.
Oh, there's Morty. Hooray, we got a Morty stamp. All right, so that's button repair. So let's go to one that is not necessarily educational, but my daughter thinks this one is pretty fun. So in this one, your ants are going to crawl around and you need to move obstacles out of their way. Not everything on the floor here is actually going to be in the way of the ants, so if you don't grab it... Oh, look, there's Morty.
Hey, fellas, looking good.
So if you don't get an obstacle out of the way in time, you're going to knock out some of your ants. And obviously when you lose all of your ants, then the game is over. So we're going to move a few more obstacles, but then we're going to lose all our ants, just so I can show you what it looks like. And hopefully we'll do well enough to get a stamp, a normal stamp. You can get normal stamps for doing well in the games besides the stamps that Morty gives you. And you can tell by the different patterns of the floor that these ants are actually running around the house. So here they're on carpet, before they were on tile. And you'll find different kinds of obstacles in their way too. Okay, one more ant. It's a messy carpet. They must have a toddler in the house. Oh. And it always says you did awesome no matter what your score is, but we didn't do awesome enough to get a stamp, which is fine. One of the cool things in Bugs and Buttons too is this musical part, which is pretty cool. So Morty comes in and gets things started.
La la la.
La la la.
Very funny, I know. So this is basically like Simon Says, only with real music. So if you kids are playing this, they're actually going to learn the basic notes and where they sit on a piano. So that's that one. And let's take a look at one more. So let's do Puppet Show. So in this one, a puppet shows up and it'll tell you a body part,
Play Simon Says.
and you have to find his hand.
Simon Says, touch the ear.
So the appropriate body part. It's showing us what to do again. There we go.
Simon Says, touch the nose. Simon Says, touch the eye. Good job.
And it moves
Simon Says,
throughout his body.
touch the heart. Simon Says, don't touch the eye.
So it has the don't touch too. It gives you a few seconds
Simon Says, touch the hand.
for the don't touches, just to make sure it registers.
Simon Says, touch the neck. Good job. Simon Says, touch the teeth. Simon Says, touch the pinky finger.
So it gets a little more complicated, but again, it's not a lot of punishment if you get it wrong.
Oops, Simon said, touch the pinky finger.
And it shows you what you were supposed to touch.
Simon says, don't touch the elbow.
Well, let's just go ahead and touch it.
Oops, Simon said, don't touch the elbow.
All right, so that's Bugs and Buttons 2. Not terribly different from the first one, but you know, all of the games are original, but they're on the same theme. Some of them are educational, some of them are just fun. But these apps, like I said in the beginning, are a really, really great value. You get 18 mini games in each app, which I believe costs $2.99. So that's Bugs and Buttons 2. And the next episode, we're going to be taking a look at Lumi Kids Park, which is actually made by Lumosity. The guys also have an app that for older people that's for keeping your brain nice and fresh. So that's this episode of Anna's Apps. If you want to know when the next episode is going to be, you should subscribe to Pixelkin's YouTube channel. And if you want even more information on games that are great for families, you can go to pixelkin.org. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.